Hello and welcome everybody to the GDQ Hotfix. I'm your host Etchy. We're doing a special Kingdom Hearts Final Mix HD and beginner any percent speedrun here done by Violin. We're filling in for Passion Project, which will return in 2 weeks at its normal time. So that'll be November 15th, 10 p.m. Eastern. So it's not going anywhere. We're just filling in for this week with this amazing Kingdom Hearts showcase. I'm very excited for this because not only are we getting a Kingdom Hearts speed run of just any percent, but we're also going to be getting a level 1 Sephiroth 1 MP. Did I get that right? Is that what we're doing after? Mm-hmm. Okay. So some other fun stuff as well after the run. I'm really excited for this. Violin's an amazing speedrunner, and I think I'll just go ahead and pass it off to Violin to get us started.
Thank you. What's up, everyone? I'm Violin. I'm joined by RyGuy45, who's going to be helping with commentary. Say hello.
How's it going, everybody?
Yeah, let's just get started. In 3, 2, 1, go. So this is Kingdom Hearts Final Mix on the PC version, Epic Games. A really big difference between PS4 is you can skip the opening. So we can just start running right away. I'm going to go ahead and select the staff here for an extra MP bar. In this game, unlike other Kingdom Hearts games, the total max MP you have determines how strong your magic is, as well as how much magic you can use. So the more MP bars you have, the more damage you do with magic. And giving up the shield, that sets up our abilities to give us like a lot of air combo pluses later on, which we'll be using. The reason we don't select sword here is we already start with strength, 8 strength ups. So we're already at the damage cap most of the time. So picking sword wouldn't really do anything to help. This tutorial section is pretty RNG heavy with these shadows. They can move in whatever way they want, but there's some semi-consistent positioning I can do to try to manipulate them to jump a certain way. Whoops, I don't know why I locked on there. I was trying to jump backwards right there after opening the chest. Because I'm on 60 FPS and the loads are very fast, it's pretty hard to get that jump. And you'll be seeing me do air combos primarily for my physical attacks, because air combos are just so much so much faster than ground combos. Because your animation gets canceled as soon as you land, so you're able to start up another combo right away.
Yeah, the ground finisher animation is so long.
Very long, yeah. Selecting the top options here gives us the Dawn route, which allows us to gain more EXP in the first half of the level chain, or whatever you want to call it. Lets you gain more EXP at the start of your levels. And by the end of the game, we're going to be around level 45. So we're not going to be gaining a crazy amount of levels. Pretty good luck there with the shadows.
Yeah, definitely.
Very common reset point for me here. And now I'm using all the strength ups. And there are also 8 defense ups, which we used to use back in the day, but now we don't use them and we sell them to Sid. We do end up taking more damage, but that really isn't an issue if we just react accordingly and do all the strats optimally.
Yeah, most of the game you still wouldn't even really notice the difference. It's usually like a couple fights towards the end where you just might die like 1 hit sooner than you're used to if you did use them.
Yeah. So killing that dark side in 4 combos. I wish it was 4 hits.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're pretty strong already, and it's pretty much going to stay that way. We will pick up a power up later to give us even more strength. But now this is basically another tutorial section that teaches us how to platform and like collecting items. If anyone tells you platforming in this game is bad, they're wrong. They're just bad at platforming. This game was actually inspired by Super Mario 64, believe it or not. But I will not be doing any BLJs.
That would be crazy if we could.
Gonna do a cool little swing right here. And then we have a bunch of cutscenes to skip through after this. Kyrie gives us a high potion, which we're gonna sell later to Sid in Traverse Town. But if anyone in chat has any questions, I will be glad to answer them to the best of my ability.
All right, question. Who is oh man, I was gonna have a great question. I forgot the name. The guy, the name of the Master Masters. Who's that?
Who's the Master Masters?
Yeah.
it's Pluto.
Oh,
There's a really good theory by my friend Nobody Daxian. He explains why Pluto is the Master Masters. I highly recommend it.
I almost lost my Kingdom Hearts cred there. I totally forgot the name of that character. Someone's asking if you can read in Japanese. I guess that's a good point to bring up while you're playing Japanese.
So
yeah.
I can actually read hiragana, but I don't really read for the speedrun. It's primarily muscle memory. Like, I can do most menus with my eyes closed at this point. But in a couple scenarios, I do recognize a couple characters for certain menus. And this is the Riku race, very notorious. If you've played this when you were a kid, you probably lost here. So I'll give you some helpful tips. And because this is inspired by Mario 64, we will be getting a star right here. Just one star, don't expect the 120. So it's faster to climb up here on the ladder, and then when you grab this zip line, you want to just jump up to it and not touch your analog stick. And then Sora will slide all the way down, and if you press the jump button, he will let go, and you can just hop on these trees, easy peasy. There's our star. We can go fight Bowser after this.
Yeah, we all notoriously, when we first start playing the game, just hold up and we jump up onto the zip line and we'll just immediately jump off.
Yeah, if you hold up on the analog, Sora will just do a ledge flip and let go. And for winning the race, we get to name the gummy ship Excalibur. And we also get a pretty stone, which sells for a lot of money. So very important that we win the race here.
And we get to share the Papu fruit with Kyrie.
Yes. About 10 games later. This tree right here has the highest drop rate for coconuts. And I got very good RNG there.
Wow.
Perfect RNG. And Kyrie gives us a water bottle, so we're gonna go this way. A lot of people don't know that you can get water from this small fountain right here. And we're
I
done.
used to go all the way back to the other room.
Yeah. And we get another high potion and a billion more cutscenes to skip.
How rare is that perfect coconuts that you got?
Well, let's just say last stream I did like 10 attempts and I did not get perfect RNG a single time. So
Someone was asking earlier how long you've been running this game / category.
I have been running this game since late February 2017.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, pretty long time. I started running this game like full time back in like 2021 though. Or I think it was 2020, before the PC version came out. All right, now we have the Keyblade. We're coming up to our second boss fight. And I'm gonna try to do a very precise strat here, where I parry one orb. Very tricky, but we'll see if I can get it. Ah, nope. I missed it because I got stuck under the hand. That can happen sometimes. It's still a really fast fight because of how strong we are. So that orb saves like 1 or 2 seconds. All right, now we have Traverse Town. We're gonna come across our, I guess, another Shadows fight. We love Shadows, but now we one-shot them because we've gained a couple levels. And all you have to do here is kill 5 Shadows and then go to the accessory shop, and that spawns Leon outside. Alternatively, you could, if you were doing like a pacifist run, you can just walk around everywhere and eventually Leon will find you. Like, it'll show Donald and Goofy looking for you, but that takes forever. And Leon has 2 different patterns here. He can either jump at you or fireball, and the jump is faster. So we'll see. And he gave me bad RNG, so that's cool. And he's gone. And Leon will give us an elixir for beating him right there.
Yeah, for those who don't know, this game is a crossover with other franchises, so we just beat Leon from Resident Evil 4. It's pretty cool.
Yep. And there is another elixir in this room that we can get, but I don't need it. But we do have to be really careful about our item usage. All the elixirs and mega elixirs will be exclusively used in the final world of this game. I'm killing 3 soldiers here. Just so I can get my next strength boost from my level up before the guard armor fight here. Just so we can do as much damage as possible.
Yeah, the 1 strength does make a big difference.
Yeah. Okay, that was not too bad. And gotta focus here.
So he tries to parry the arms there, and then we're going to try to break him apart a couple times here, but you don't want to do too much damage because you want to stagger him just like that at certain times so that way you can kill all the limbs as fast as you can like that.
Oh my goodness.
Otherwise he'll have very... Oh,
Goofy. So Goofy has 1 ether in his inventory, which we actually want to take from him, but there's a low chance that he just completely wastes it. And he did. I'm just getting all the bad RNG except for coconuts, I guess.
Yeah.
Now I'm still, because I have so much muscle memory with menus, I'm still going to do the inputs for taking Goofy's ether just to set up the next menus. but it isn't actually going to do anything. I'm also going to put on dodge roll, and we also got Brave Warrior from that fight, which increases our strength by 1. And I'm going to customize fire to circle because it's currently on triangle. And the reason I do that is that's just what I'm used to from the PS4 version. They actually changed how it works on PC. But it only takes a second, so it's not really a big deal. That's a Trinity. It lets you interact with things in worlds. We're only really going to use the ones that are required to progress the story. So they're not super important.
That was a really cool gummy ship you're making.
Yeah. So what I did there is I stripped the gummy ship from all of the parts. Because in this game, your armor actually slows your gummy ship down. So if you have no armor equipped, the base speed is faster. And I'm also putting on 1 engine and 1 gun. The gun is for safety / lazy strats later. It doesn't really save time, but it takes like half a second to put on. And for this first gummy mission, you can just stay in the top left here and put down your controller, and you will survive until the end. So if chat has any other questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Someone was asking earlier. I think that's probably a good thing to address too for anyone who like played the game as a kid. What does final mix mean, and how does that bear any significance on the run?
Final mix is basically an expanded version of Kingdom Hearts 1, as opposed to the original version that came out in 2002 on PS2. It adds some new abilities. The original PH1 has normal mode and expert mode, but this game has beginner, standard, and proud, which are balanced a bit differently. There's new weapons, new bosses, new special Heartless. So, and the most important thing in this version is you can actually skip the cutscenes, which you cannot do on PS2.
The higher frame rate helps too.
Oh yeah.
With some things.
So, I cannot skip this cutscene of the rabbit running here because they made it unskippable on PC for some reason.
They took away the opening cutscene, but they gave you this one instead.
You know, it's a fair trade.
Yeah.
Do you think the gummy ship blocks have flavors? Absolutely.
What do you think they would taste like?
Man, you're asking all the hard questions.
Yeah.
Sea salt.
Sea
salt
salt?
would be pretty
A
good.
sea salt gummy?
Sea salt gummies.
Have you ever had sea salt ice cream
I have.
after playing Kingdom Hearts?
I have. It's really good.
Dang, I've never tried it.
All right. Clearing that Heartless wave so I can open this chest. In this game, you cannot open chests unless your command menu is blue and no enemies are spawned. We only need 1 piece of evidence for this section, and we would like to select the Soldier Heartless, which is the first box that touches the ground here. I think it was middle left. But if not, if I get it wrong, that's okay. Yeah, that typical Goofy. I knew it was him all along.
It's one small downside to the higher frame rate is it's harder to drop a little faster.
Right. But here I'm gonna combo these gears a bit slower on purpose because every time they turn, they have a bit of iframes. And that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Definitely one of the more awkward fights in the game.
Yeah. And yeah, so gonna go straight to the Tea Party Garden here. There is another elixir you can get from the Tea Party Garden, but we don't need it in this category. Our MP ends up being so high later on that we don't really need as many consumables as Standard and Proud would need.
And if you want to see Violin's MP not be high, make sure you stick around for after the run, because Violin's going to be doing a Sephiroth level 1 with 1 MP challenge. It'll be a lot of fun, so even when the run ends, don't go anywhere.
I'm doing very specific movement here to not spawn any Heartless, so I can open that latch quickly. That whole area is just, any of the pink floor is lava. If you step on it, you will spawn a billion things. And then right here is the Trickmaster fight. I'm gonna attempt to beat him using very precise combos. The first combo was supposed to land. That's okay.
Trickmaster's another awkward fight because obviously you can't really hit his feet. You can only hit his upper body there, and obviously jumping up there to try to hit it is quite awkward in extremes. Thankfully, a beginner doesn't take too many hits, so he goes down pretty fast.
Yeah, that could have been worse. And now we get Blizzard. It's very nice, very cool projectile magic. It shoots like 3 projectiles, so you can kill groups of Heartless that are grouped up, like next to each other. You'll see me use it a lot in the next world here. But first, we have another lengthy gummy mission, and all you have to do is go to the top here and hold circle, and that's it. Later on, we can actually make gummy ship missions faster by putting on a haste gummy and a more powerful engine, and we also get the warp gummy later, which lets us warp back to worlds that we've previously visited, so that makes things a bit faster. The strength ups are only, the strength ups are only in the final mix versions on beginner mode specifically. Actually, beginner and standard mode are exactly the same, except for those stat increases, those stat boosts that are in your inventory. So if you were to just sell all of your stat boosts on beginner, you would essentially be playing standard mode. With one small difference, you actually take less damage in gummy missions on beginner compared to standard. But as for Sora, Donald, and Goofy, everything is exactly the same except for those stat boosts. Whereas in KH2 and every game afterwards, there are like actual stat differences and like damage multiplier differences between beginner and standard.
Someone asked earlier what the most annoying part of the run is.
The most annoying part, in general, is just how much randomness there is. Especially because I've been trying to push for a new world record for the past month, and I've been playing very, very well, but RNG just says nope.
What kind of RNG specifically?
Just
you don't usually think about Kingdom Hearts as like a random game, right? 'Cause it's kind of
right.
Just, like
just the way
standard RPG.
Just the way enemies move and what attacks they decide to do, and them like being too far away for you to react quickly enough, or there's a lot of different things that can happen. Some bosses even have really annoying RNG. Anti-Sora specifically can give you 2 really bad patterns that just lose you 15 to 20 seconds automatically. Stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And my goal here is to collect all of these slides, but I'm trying to like be in the middle of some kind of movement while I'm collecting them. I was supposed to get a clank there, but sometimes you just, yeah, like that. I want to get a clank there just so I'm moving backwards right after I get the slide to get to the tent faster. And then we get Donald and Goofy back here. We're gonna be keeping them because Tarzan doesn't really do much. And our Blizzard is gonna do most of the work anyway. Oh, and earlier I skipped the slide minigame section. Like when Sora was sliding down the tree, you can just press start there and press the quit button and it just transports you straight to the camp area. Also, I touched the save point here earlier. I'll be doing a lot of save warping because loads are very fast in this game. It's a lot quicker to just warp to another save rather than walking there normally. You might remember as a kid being completely lost in this world because they just don't tell you where to go. Then I'm gonna quit this minigame one last time. And then we have 5 groups of Power Wilds that we need to defeat. I'm going to try to use Blizzard here to the best of my ability. We are down in Ether because Goofy wasted it, so that'll make things a bit more tricky. And yeah, that was pretty bad RNG. Normally you can kill the whole group in like 3 to 4 Blizzards if they're all bunched up together, but they decided to not bunch up together.
Yeah, these are one of the worst, like, early parts of the game that have a lot of RNG involved in it.
Yeah. I'm like trying to save my MP here a bit. Okay, that was fine. And each of these gorillas give you some kind of gummy piece, but all of the gummy pieces they give us are useless.
Yeah, so this room is probably one of the worst ones because their spawning locations are, you know, RNG as opposed to the other rooms. So as you saw there, they were pretty spread out. So ideally you want them to be kind of closer together. So that can really lose you a lot of time.
And normally if I had an ether, I would be able to just kill all of these with blizzards, but I could only use 2 blizzards there. I'm not sure what I want to do here with my MP. That was honestly not bad. I was trying to group them up.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was trying to group them up by going to the load zone and have them follow me. And it worked out decently. And now we have Sabor. I'm gonna start the fight by using a bunch of fires on her and then seeing what she does. Nice. Okay, cool little parry there to stun her for a bit. And from the Sabor fight, we get the White Fang accessory, which I'll be putting on in Traverse Town later. It increases our strength by another +1, which is very nice. Right now, you might be wondering why I'm not save warping. That's because the room transition is actually blocked off by a bunch of thorns. But we can use this minigame and then quit out of it to be transported to this area right here. And then this fruit right here, no matter what your stats are, you could be level 100. It always takes 15 hits. There's a hit counter instead of an HP counter. And then I'll let you explain Clayton so I can focus.
So Clayton has two parts to him. The first is he's just standing here by himself. He only takes a couple hits and then it's a quick kill. The second part is a little bit more. He's going to do a trick called animation skip. So what he's going to do is going to roll back here and jump on this platform and try to get off two air combos here. And what it does is it kind of jerks the stealth sneak there, and it will cancel the animation that he would normally do when he comes out of his stealth. So then you just get him over here in the corner, knock Clayton off top, and then just go ham.
And I'm also commanding Donald and Goofy there with the triangle button. That's why you're seeing all those exclamation points. If you press triangle while locked on to an enemy, Donald and Goofy will go straight to that enemy, and they'll be very aggressive, just to deal some extra damage.
Also doing just mainly no finishers, because you'll end up sending Clayton like halfway across the room, and you got to chase him down.
Yeah. Some Mario 64 platforming right there. And then for beating this world, we get the Jungle King Keyblade, which again raises our strength by +1. Has some really good reach as well. And we get the Red Trinity, which we'll be using for story-related stuff. There's actually 3 Red Trinities in this game that are required for story purposes. Yeah, so I'm playing on the Japanese version because the text scrolls a lot faster compared to English. And it saves, in this category, saves about 45.6 seconds. So if you're not pushing for like a top 3 time, you can still run on the English version and be fine. It's not super important.
The English run actually has a few of its own little glitches as well that you can't do in the Japanese one.
Yeah. On the English version, you can... There's a cool clip in Traverse Town you can do. Right after beating Opposite Armor, if you go to the secret waterway and get the Trinity tutorial dialogue, after the dialogue ends, you can just hold forward and clip through the gate to talk to Leon early. Saves a little bit of time, but JP is still faster even after that glitch. And that glitch doesn't work on JP because of how Sora, Donald, and Goofy are positioned during that tutorial. Now we have 2 lengthy gummy missions in a row, so if you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask them. Even like silly, funny questions, lore questions, I'm down to answer them. I'm a big fan of the Kingdom Hearts lore. I cannot explain the lore in 5 words, though. That's impossible.
What is your favorite boss in this game?
My favorite boss in this game is Sephiroth, who I'm going to be fighting at the end of this run. At level 1 with 1 MP. It's a very exciting fight. There's a lot of nuance to it that you would not expect. As for this category specifically, I think Ansem 2 is my favorite fight. The strat is just so satisfying to pull off. What about you guys? What's your favorites? Guy and Etchi?
Honestly, I'd probably say right now, I kind of like Kurt Zisa.
Oh, good
I
pick.
had a history with Kurt Zisa when I was a kid playing the PS2 version, so it kind of stuck with me.
Good answer, good answer.
Same. No, it's definitely Sephiroth. Yeah.
Nice.
Took me like hours and hours as a kid. You know, just days of my life gone to that.
All right, so right here, there are going to be 2 yellow operas that spawn. I want to kill them quickly with Blizzard and then command Donald and Goofy over this way to hopefully get a blue command menu here. Nice. So that was pretty fast. Sometimes the blue Rhapsodies can follow you and cause you to lose 5 seconds, but they didn't that time. Leon is going to give us Earthshine here, which is a summoning gem that we're going to hand over to the Fairy Godmother. And that will give us our first summon, that is Simba. And Simba is really cool because if you do a full charge with him, he actually gets rid of everything. Well, depending on how long your, like how strong your summon bar is. But that's what we're going to use him for later on, to get rid of entire waves of Heartless. And even if you don't do a full charge, he has other properties, such as being able to stun Heartless for a certain duration. So a very underrated summon in the series. And we get to see a lot of use from him. Oh, and then I have a funny thing coming up. Because of how long the text dialogue is in Merlin's house, I actually modded in a funny... You'll get to hear it in a sec. I don't think I need to explain this. Just something entertaining while we sit through Merlin's dance. So get out your dance emotes. It's so good. It makes the theme so much better. It really does. So many dance emotes. I love to see it. Oh look, it's the Master of Masters.
Yo.
His grandma.
No. Alright, save orbing back to Sid. We're gonna do a bunch of selling here. We're gonna sell everything we have in our inventory, except for our elixir and the white fang that we got earlier. And then later on, we're gonna buy the haste G and the fire G to speed up our gummy missions. And Sid also gives us a book here, which is the 100 Acre Wood book that we have to give to Merlin. Fortunately for me, I will not have to play through that world in this category. My favorite game in the series is this game. I know that's a bit of a shocker. I just love this game. It has amazing world design, amazing music, amazing story, just comfy vibes all around. It's so good. And an amazing speedrun. If you guys want to get into the speedrun, you can join the Kingdom Hearts community Discord server, which you can find on speedrun.com/KHFM. We have a very wonderful community there, not just for KH1, but for every Kingdom Hearts speedrun out there. We have so many people there willing to answer any questions and help with strats and whatnot. Very amazing community. So that menu, I put on the White Fang over EXP Necklace, and then I gave EXP Necklace to Goofy so that we continue to gain some extra EXP. EXP Necklace is another one of those beginner mode exclusive things, which just helps us level up a bit faster. And I put on the Jungle King Keyblade as well. The air soldier sometimes likes to hit you once or twice on your way out, just for good luck. Alright, so that was the 2 gummy pieces that I spent my time saving up for. And now I'm going to warp to Wonderland because unlike what the map tells you right there, Wonderland is actually closer to the warp hole than Traverse Town is. Even though on the map it's completely the opposite. I don't think Tetsuya Nomura was a good cartographer.
Sprucing up the gummy ship a bit more.
Yeah, now we can hold square here to do a little boost. Just keep holding square and it'll boost automatically. There will be certain points during later gummy missions where you actually want to hold off on your boost until it finishes transitioning to the next segment. But here you can just stay in the center and hold circle and square and make it all the way to the end. Beginner is very nice like that. You can be lazy in a lot of the gummy missions. On Proud mode, you have to be very, very aware of your surroundings and move around in a specific way. Those enemies in particular that just passed me, they actually one-shot you on Proud mode. I've had some runs die to that.
Terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, who's excited for Kingdom Hearts Missing Link? That game looks to be very interesting. Seems to be similar to Pokemon Go, like you walk around and collect Disney characters. Seems like it's going to be fun. Alright, so now we're in Agrabah. I believe this is the longest world in the run, besides Hollow Bastion. And this world has a lot of RNG. but actually not too much on beginner. On harder difficulties, though, can be a pain in the butt. I'm gonna touch the save point real quick, and then get this elixir. That's because I'm gonna be save warping back to that room later to skip having to do a lot of puzzle stuff. And right here, I'm gonna try to use Blizzard on whichever enemies are grouped up. And this is where the randomness comes in, because they just like to move wherever. And this is very unlucky so far. Yeah, not very good, but it's to be expected. Alright, normally here you'd have to like unlock a bunch of keyholes to open some gates, but if you touch the save point in Aladdin's house earlier, you can actually warp straight to his house and have to skip any of the puzzle stuff. Except for this one right here. We're gonna go to the bazaar real quick and deal with these enemies to unlock the door to the palace. I got unlucky there. There's a spawn, a black fungus spawn that can appear here, which makes the command menu red, and we don't want to deal with black fungus because they take forever to deal with. Their weakness is gravity, and we don't have gravity magic yet, so it's good to just back out and re-enter for the other spawn. That loses about 5 seconds. And now we have Pod Centipede, a mostly consistent fight in this category. We just want to do air combos as quickly as possible. That wasn't too bad. And then you want to end up in this room before it finishes fading out right here. Just because it'll put you in the last room that you're in for the next section. So you don't have to do any room transitions before the desert. And Raiga, you can explain this fight.
This is the Cave of Wonders. So he's going to have to roll up here on the left side. And then you're going to wait for a couple seconds for him to start moving his head, so then you can start, it gives you more time to hit the eyes the way that he's hitting them right now. On other difficulties, you'd want to hit it as soon as you get up there. So then he's going to get in front of the eyes, parries the orb back into it, and by now the one eye is dead, and then just doing air combos in the second eye before he raises his head back up and the fight's over. It's way worse on other difficulties. Thankfully, beginner, it's not too bad.
Mm-hmm. Little jump on the platform here to skip a little bit of swimming. Small optimization. And that's another small optimization right there, doing the little jump up to the platform, but then turning around right away to do a fire. And now we have the Jafar fight coming up. My goal here is to get a 1 cycle, meaning to defeat him before he disappears. And by using Blizzard magic, I can put him into a bubble to make him stay in place for longer.
He's going to do a certain combo here to try to hit him just as he's about to move away, so that you keep him onto the platform, otherwise they'll start flying all over the place. So on beginner, because of the strength up here, we have just enough strength to kill him before he decides to teleport away.
Yeah. So from that fight, we actually get Blizzara. Blizzara, I don't believe does more damage, but it has bigger reach than base Blizzard, which is good for this fight coming up.
So we use a lot of Blazzaras there in the beginning for Genie Jafar, since that's really the only way you can actually hit him itself. And then we just try to do air combos here on Yago. We hope to get a good pattern here so that he doesn't go off of the platform, the center platform here, too soon. And so that way we can kill him right there before he goes off.
Yeah, and the way you do your blizzards at the start and your movement really matters, because depending on how you move, Genie Jafar will do different things. So you can manipulate his pattern at the start. And here we actually want to die because the game just, like, the story progresses after you die quicker here. You don't get punished at all. There's a very precise boulder here I can hit for a little bit of a faster death, but it's like near pixel perfect. Oh, and I got it. Nice.
Oh.
That doesn't happen very often.
That boulder was so good that I think everyone here, if you're enjoying the run, you should definitely follow Violin for that. You can follow Violin's Twitch very easily, just if you're watching on Twitch, just by hovering over his name on the title right below the stream. You just click the little heart, and now you're following him. Wow.
Wow. Thank you. And go follow Ryguy45 as well. He does some Kingdom Hearts 1, not just KH1, but other Kingdom Hearts game speedruns as well.
Twitch.tv/Ryguy45.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And right there we got the Green Trinity, as well as the 3 Wishes Keyblade and the Genie Summon. Thankfully, we never have to use Genie in this category. He is my least favorite summon in this game. If you've seen level 1 runs, he is the most RNG summon by far. Very unreliable. I can like do a 30-minute rant about how bad he is. And then coming up is Monstro. Actually, in the original Kingdom Hearts on PS2, the non-final mix version, you can actually have Monstro not show up here. But in final mix, they made him appear consistently. There's another world similar to that, which I will explain later. But yeah, thankfully, we don't have to deal with Monstro RNG. Also, fun fact, on these gummy text boxes, if you see an orange like down arrow, it means you have to skip through the text manually. But if you don't see an arrow at all, you actually don't need to touch your controller. The text advances automatically. And another thing to mention is cutscene skipping in this game is a bit weird. Some of them you can skip right away. Some of them you have to wait to skip like for a certain amount of time. It's a lot of memorization and muscle memory.
Thankfully on PC with the load remover, it kind of helps you a little bit.
Yeah, you can cheat by using by looking at your timer and seeing when the game unpauses. And so here we have a cool movement skip coming up if I can do it. There we go. So that's chamber 3 skip. By landing on that ledge and jumping across, I can skip having to go through chamber 3. Which saves about 8 seconds. And then we have to fight a boss called Parasite Cage. And you're supposed to do a bunch of air combos as quickly as possible. And every time you do a finisher, Parasite Cage staggers, or is supposed to, but randomly he can just break out based on what your party members do.
Again, thankfully with it being beginner and our extra strength ups, we don't have to worry too long.
Yeah, it's a
Thankfully
lot.
it didn't break out there.
It's a lot worse on prod mode, or on level 1 even, where if you get hit once, you have to back away to the platform and heal, and then try to start the loop all over again. But here you can just wail on him.
Oh,
I didn't even.
Wail
That wasn't
on
even supposed to be. That wasn't even supposed to be a pun. Dang it! All right, so we're getting high jump here. Putting on the Keyblade from Agrabah, which gives us some more strength, and putting on a high jump. And this next fight is very similar to the previous fight, except he has a bit more health this time.
if you get a combo off fast enough after the cutscene here, you can actually just stagger him right away before he even does an attack, like that. And then, again, hopefully you could just keep him in the stagger throughout the whole combo.
I dropped an input. Okay, I think Goofy parried him, which got him back into the loop, and I dropped another... I'm very good at dropping inputs here for some reason. It's just the way the camera is positioned is very strange. It can mess you up sometimes. Like,
It may look simple.
Yeah, I mean, it is a simple fight. Sometimes I just press the jump button too soon because I think Sora's landing when he's not. But yeah, very short world. We're going to go back to the world though because A, we have to go back since it's on the way to Halloween Town. And B, we're going to get another summon from a chest in this world, the Water Gleam Gem, which turns into Dumbo later. And for those who haven't seen a speedrun of this game, Dumbo does not do what you think he does in this speedrun. It's actually pretty cool. So definitely stick around. Oh, that's a good question about the camera. Honestly, I'm a big fan of manual camera because it makes some things more consistent for me. But there are top runners of the game who use auto as well. So I really don't think it matters at the end of the day. Use whatever you're comfortable with. My personal preference is manual. Just because I like to have full control over the camera. Alright, so coming up in this world, this is Halloween Town, and there's a fun Simon Says minigame. And this is the point in the run where I tell my chat to type 3 numbers 1 through 7 in the chat for a chance to win some bragging rights. We've had people guess the ghost minigame correctly. It's completely random. It's a 1 in 343 chance. But if you get it right, you can brag about it to your friends. 3 numbers 1 through 7. What's your guess, Ryguy and Etchy?
I just type mine out. I'll do
nice.
5, 2, 3.
I'm gonna go 4, 3, 2.
All right, all right. I'll do a 1, 1, 1.
Oh man.
Spicy.
All right, so that's a power boost chest right there. I'll put it on in a little bit. We're also going to take Jack's ethers. He has 2 of them, which we'll be using 1 now and 1 in the second half of the run at some point.
Jack's a good guy.
Yeah. You can play as Jack in Fortnite. Crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so, I did a lot of menuing there. I basically took Jack's ethers, used the power up, put on Ray of Light, which we got from Pot Centipede. That increases our MP by 1. And put on the bottom 4 abilities for Sora, which consist of Air Combo Plus, Scan, Hurricane Blast, and I always forget what the last one is. I think it's like MP Haste or something. Yeah, as you can tell, I don't actually read the menus, I just do them. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm putting on, but I just know it's faster.
This is another room where we could have ended up getting the white mushrooms to spawn here. So thankfully that they didn't. We get to go do the cool little trick of like jumping from one tombstone to the next and then doing the dodge roll there to avoid spawning a lot of enemies there.
4, 7, 4.
4, 7, 4. It's a lot of guesses to comb through.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to use an ether during the minigame to not waste time, but I had a potion in my inventory that I didn't know about. I wonder if anyone guessed 474.
I see a 476, 478.
8. Someone didn't follow the instructions.
I think that counts then. I think they get it.
You get 2/3 of a bragging right.
Also with the 374.
Oh no. That's just unlucky. Alrighty. And now we have a potential black fungus spawn coming up. Hopefully not though. Nice. Locking onto the gargoyle in the back here. Uh-oh. Okay. Little bit of jank RNG there. And normally to get up Ogi's Manor, to get to Lock, Shock, and Barrel, you have to go through like a bunch of... you have to kill the Heartless here, open the door, light up a platform, but the community over the years found out how to get up without having to do any of that. Cool little route we can take here. And that's why we call this community climb. All right, and here I'm gonna lock on to shock and then spam a bunch of blizzards and hopefully finish everyone off.
This is a big reason why we equip Ray of Light for the extra MP, so we have more blizzards to spam here.
That was
You
perfect.
get in position right like that. Yep, you can kill them all with just the blizzards.
And then a very important thing to do here is make sure you hit the switch so you unlock the door to Oogie. Some runners forget to do that, including myself when I first started running this game. And then I had to climb all the way back up. And I'll have you explain Oogie so I can focus here.
Yeah, Oogie's one of the RNG fights that he was talking about earlier that can be such a pain to do runs with. So first we're starting here. He's going to jump up and try to get rid of these Heartless here. So if you jump and hit a blizzard at the top of the jump, you'll hit both of them. They'll both come down, and then you can just blizzard them both to death. So now we have to hit these buttons right at the right time when it's lined up with Oogie so that we can hit him on these platforms. You can only hit him 10 times on these platforms in total, and that also includes both of your party members. So you want to try to make sure that they don't get up on the platform with Oogie, otherwise they'll mess up the fight. And then here he's going to throw one set of like fake dice and then another set of dice that you want to parry back at him if you can. Yeah, but it's very tough to do. And so then if you're unable to, then you have to wait for whatever spawns depending on the number that it's rolled. A bunch of different things could spawn. Or if you hit them all back, if you're able to parry them all back, then the buttons will reappear like this right away, and it'll make it a little bit faster, but that's what makes this boss really annoying.
Yeah, that die was being very persistent and, for trying to get away from me. Yeah, so that loses, not getting the full dice reflect loses about 20 seconds or so. Unfortunate, but it happens. Also, Oogie can roll like 5 different things there. 6. 5 or 6. Can he land a 6? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, every number does different things, and that one was like the worst number he could have rolled. Just my luck. Got a cool parry there with Hurricane Blast to parry a fireball and save me from doing one hit. Oh.
Again, thankfully on beginner here, it's a lot faster to get rid of these purple orbs here.
Yeah.
You don't take too much damage. On the higher difficulties, this is quite a difficult fight.
And from this world, we get the gravity spell, which does percentage-based damage, depending on the current MP that the enemy has. And the higher your MP is, and the higher your gravity magic is upgraded, the more percentage damage that it does. We'll be using it a lot in endgame, but we won't be using it until like, I'm trying to think, Hollow Bastion 2. It'll be a little while. So this is the other world I was talking about that's similar to Monstro in the original case one. As you can see on the top here, it says hookship 100%. We're actually using a mod that we've legalized for the leaderboards to make hookship appear 100% of the time. Otherwise, It is possible without the mod. It is possible for Neverland to just never show up. And every time it doesn't show up, it loses a bit of time. The first time it loses 46 seconds, and every time after that it loses like 25 seconds. And this mod just makes this section more tolerable, because it doesn't really add any value to the speedrun. Like, there's no way to consistently prevent it from not occurring. So as a community, we opted to vote on this mod to be legalized, which makes runs a lot nicer.
Yeah, and you can miss it multiple times in a row.
Yeah.
Like, people have missed it up to like 5, 6, 7 times just straight, and it's just, no matter how far ahead you are, it just kills it. It's rough. This far into the game.
Probably a good time to take our break once you get landed in the world.
Okay. I can even pause right now.
Oh yeah, just count into it whenever then.
Oh, actually, I can't pause during this. That's weird.
Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
so on the next cutscene.
Yeah, you're good.
So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna take a quick little break. Every once in a while, I like to take runs here at Hotfix, just give everyone a chance to stretch, get some water, give a runner a chance to take a little break. The run's still gonna go on. So the second half of the run, the exciting second half, we're gonna see a hook ship here very shortly. So don't go anywhere. Before we go to that break, I want to make a couple announcements. One is that registration is live for Awesome Games Done Quick 2024. If you'd like to attend the event in person from January 14th through the 21st. Go to gamesdonequick.com for more info, including attendee registration and hotel booking. Be sure to check out the schedule as well, gamesdonequick.com/schedule, and let us know what you're looking forward to the most. And then also, GDQ is hiring. If you're a business developer or have experience in recruiting sponsorships and would like to work for GDQ, apply at GDQ. No, that website will not work. gamesdonequick.com/jobs. And we'll be back in just a little bit. Again, second half of the speedrun. And then after that, also, very exciting. Sephiroth LV1 1MP challenge, also done by Violin. Be sure to follow both Violin and RyGuy45 on Twitch, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Final Mix HD, beginner 80% speedrun done by Violin here. Halfway through the run, and then after this, Violin will be doing a Sephiroth LV1 1MP showcase. Some quick announcements before we get back into it. One is that if you miss out on any of the other Hotfix shows, be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And if you are watching on YouTube, hello. Be sure to press the like button on this video, subscribe to our channel. Also go to twitch.tv/gamesdonequick to watch our shows live. Violin, why don't you go ahead and throw us back into the run?
Alrighty. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so we are in Neverland. This is one of the more difficult worlds in the run for the 2 boss fights that are present. So, okay, cool little movement skip right there. You can do a little swing to get on that platform. And then right here, you can jump up and do a blizzard. And then Sora will touch the load zone with his head. And then we're going to customize the stop spell, which stops a enemy for a certain period of time. Bosses actually are more resistant to magic, so anti-Sora here, he will be affected by stop, but not for very long. So I'll have to do a lot of precise inputs to ensure that he's stopped as long as I need him to be. And hopefully get a good RNG pattern here to do the full stop loop. But this is random, so we'll see.
Yeah, this is easily one of the more technical fights, boss fights in the beginner run. Thankfully, he got a good pattern, so we can get him over here in the corner. Like you said, do a certain amount of hits in between each stop, so you can stop him again and do just enough damage, because you don't want him to break apart, because because he'll break apart. Like the more damage you do after a certain threshold, you catch him real quick before he disappears to go into another animation.
That was a perfect
and you
fight.
get to stop him again, and yeah, that was like about as good as you can possibly do it.
Yep.
He made it look very easy, but it is very difficult. And the room itself is like one of the worst spaces to fight in. Clank off the walls, like all the little poles you can like barely hit your head on. It's very awkward.
So I did a lot of things there. I put on Ray of Light and Raven's Claw, and put on the Pumpkinhead Keyblade for extra reach. Put on Goofy Tornado and Cheer. Gave Donald some abilities. I think it's like MP Rage and some other stuff. Removed Peter Pan's top 3 abilities so that he doesn't use magic, and gives his ethers to me, and customized Pan and Goofy to use MP items more. Because for the Captain Hook fight, we'll need Peter Pan to constantly throw ethers at me so I can maintain the stop loop.
Our first Simba usage.
Okay, so it's going to get rid of all of these waves of Heartless, except for the Battleship. Because the Battleship has so much HP. Okay, it almost got unlucky though. He can get away sometimes. And then here I'm going to try to do another stop loop. Oops.
Yeah, this one's a little easier to execute as far as the hits are concerned. You have more time in between the stops, and most of the time you won't even get out of the stop. It's just more dependent on whether Goofy and Peter Pan will actually give you the MP that you need to get it all done.
That was good. I guess another thing to mention that I haven't mentioned yet, for air combos, every time I'm doing an attack, I'm actually timing my inputs rather than just mashing the attack button. That makes the attacks come out a lot faster. In KH1 and 2, there's no input buffering for attacks, but in games after that, like Kingdom Hearts 3, you can just mash the attack button, and the attack inputs will be like queued up in the background, and Sora will do it as quickly as possible. In this game, you have to time everything, so it adds another layer of challenge. And from this world, we get the Fairy Harp Keyblade, which is the shortest Keyblade in the game, I believe, but also has a lot more strength. We also get the Glide ability, which lets us float through the air. Will be useful at some points here and there. And at the clock tower, I picked up the Flare G, which is an upgraded engine. And I'm going to replace it with the... I'm going to replace the Pyra G with the Flare G, because the way it works in this game is the speed of your gummy ship it depends on your strongest engine. So having multiple engines doesn't add extra speed. It is solely based on whatever the most powerful engine is.
The song again?
Yep. And right there we got Dumbo by turning in our Water Gleam. Oh, and another important ability we got from Captain Hook, actually, is Ars Arcanum. It is our first limit. By pressing triangle, it uses 3 MP, and we do a really quick burst of hits on the ground, which is very, very strong. Cool little movement here to avoid enemy spawns. And I'm going to use a fire here to set up my orange MP bar. Just so I don't have to use an ether for the fight coming up. The boss fight coming up. Okay. Those enemies can troll you and like fly around everywhere. And sometimes even fly completely off of where you're standing and go to the very bottom. I've had runs die to that fight. To these Heartless. And I'll let you explain the opposite armor fight. Because it is pretty tricky.
Yeah. This is another one that has a lot of RNG. These last few worlds, like, this is such a heavy RNG section for runs with these bosses. So first we're going to run into actually, you know, guard armor again. He's going to start out like that. We just quickly get rid of him. And then he turns into opposite armor. So what he's going to do here from the beginning, we're going to try to parry him. He's going to try to attack us. We're going to parry him and then use an Ars Arcanum. That's like consistent start. And then what he does after that is what really depends on how the fight will go. We break the leg, he's going to break the second one, and now we wait to see what he does the second time. We hope to do what like he's doing now. We parry him a second time, do another Ars Arcanum, and then we just pick off the other 2 feet again here.
Oh, wow.
But he can do a lot of different movements around, you know, that you can't hit him, and it will make it take much longer than that. But that was, again, like one of the best ways we could have asked for.
No joke. I think that was my best opposite armor fight ever. Probably would be a best segment.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And now we have a bunch of cutscene stuff to go through. If anyone has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them. Either about the speedrun or about like my hot takes.
Yeah, here's a question. Where can they find you on Twitch and YouTube?
You can find me on twitch.tv/violin, where I do a bunch of Kingdom Hearts speedruns and also delving into other speedruns. Or you can find me on youtube.com/violinsr, where I currently make a lot of Platinum Trophy content. Recently did the Spider-Man Miles Morales Platinum Trophy, as well as the KH1 Platinum Trophy, and also doing more speedrun content there as well. Very highly scripted content. So hopefully stuff you guys will enjoy. And also follow RyGuy at twitch.tv/RyGuy45. He's an amazing KH1 speedrunner. Very good at the level 1 category as well. Level 1 is very difficult in this game. It is no joke.
We got all kinds of questions coming in.
Are hot dog sandwiches? No. The difference between the main difference between the original and 1.5 is that you can skip cutscenes, which saves over 3 hours. Oh yeah, follow Etchy as well. Very amazing Pokemon speedrunner, and has done some KH3.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time. Yeah, level 1 means you play the entire game on level 1 and you never level up. It's a really cool speedrun though, but very frustrating at the same time. If you think the RNG is bad in this category, it ramps up to like 1,000 in level 1.
Which Disney World is this?
This is... Wait. So this is Hollow Bastion. This is my favorite world in the entire series. Oh, world record for this category is 148.36 by yours truly.
And that's with IGT, right? Or like
That's
load
with
remover?
yeah, that's with the load remover.
Yep. So what is that in RTA? Do you know?
I think it's a 204.15.
Got it.
But loads in this game, the reason we use a load remover is because people have different computer setups, so they get varying loads. Like not everyone's computer can load the game as quickly. So we just want to keep things fair, and B, even with the same setup, loads can still vary because load times have a bit of RNG to them. So now we're stuck with Beast here. We actually do like no physical damage, but we still have MP. But we also need Beast's help here to get rid of one Heartless. And yeah, another good question. We actually don't have to do every world in this game. Atlantica, the world with Ariel and Sebastian, is completely optional. You just have to do 3 out of 4 worlds in that area. In like the upper right corner of the world map. So you can skip Monstro if you want to. You can skip Halloween Town if you want to. But you have to do, sorry, it was 2, you have to do 2 out of 3 of those worlds from Halloween Town, Monstro, and Atlantica. As long as you do 2 out of 3, you don't have to do the 3rd one. It's just faster to skip Atlantica, because that world takes the longest, and you don't get gravity from that world. You just get a thunder, which isn't very useful in this category. So using 1 gravity here, and then Beast will take care of the rest. And then we have to do this puzzle again, but in the opposite order. The best party member in this game, in my opinion, is Goofy. Because he can use Tornado and MP Gift, and those are very busted abilities. As for like excluding Donald and Goofy, though, I say Ariel is the best party member because of her tidal wave attack. It's basically Tornado but underwater. Sadly, we don't see Ariel in this category. I'm going to command Beast here to this corner to make the blue menu pop up a little sooner. Cool little find from a runner named You That. Saves like 1 second. And then we have the first Riku fight coming up. This fight is very, very random. My goal here is to get Goofy to use Tornado and also stagger Riku as much as I can with Ars Arcanum. But we'll see if Goofy decides that he wants to do his job or not. Oh.
Riku is one of the more annoying fights in the game too, because he's one of the few bosses that have a bit of like a retaliation move. After like 3 hits, he will retaliate, so you can't really get a good combo in to keep him staggered or anything like that. But Goofy can parry him. Again, if he feels like it.
Yeah. Alright, right guy, do I go for Liquid Glide?
Oh god. That's terrifying.
I mean, since I'm not going to PB anyway.
It's worth a shot.
I think, yeah, there's a very, very difficult trick here. It feels very random. It saves like 3 seconds and loses 30 seconds if I fail it. But I'll go for it in case I get it. We'll see if I can show it off. But don't be surprised if I miss it.
You got this.
So there's a whole minigame here, or more like a puzzle, where you have to like light candles and attack things and do a trinity and whatnot. And after the last candle, you can start gliding to the center platform, but you have to do it completely blind during the animation, so you can't actually see where you're going. And it's possible to completely miss the platform and fall straight to the bottom, which means we have to go through the library again.
Don't try this at home, folks.
Yeah. Maybe? Nope.
Oh.
No. I tried. Throwing for content. It is very, very precise and tricky and random. A cool thing you can do here if you don't go for liquid glide is, well, no, you do this anyway. You can slide right here for a little bit of a speed boost. It's really cool. And then put all the pieces back. I have gotten liquid glide in a few runs in the past, but I only go for it if I'm like behind on PB by a lot. Oh, yeah, so these blue squares, oh, hold on, let me do this first. By doing a stop, 2 gravities, or sorry, 1 gravity and 2 fires, you can kill that wyvern and make this blue menu appear faster. Sometimes the second wyvern can follow you, but it's usually consistent. Anyway, those blue platforms in the lift stop, or not platforms, blue pixels, those appear if you have an NVIDIA 30 series graphics card. I don't know why, it just happens.
Just an Easter egg, no big deal.
Oh yeah, foreshadowing the Tron level. Yeah, makes sense.
Hi there.
Yep. We have to wait for enemies to spawn here.
He's exhausted.
Yeah, jeez.
I'm surprised I haven't leveled up yet. I'm supposed to get another strength up. Oh. Yeah, so I'm soft shortcutting Dumbo right here, which means like putting the cursor over it and then backing out. So the cursor, next time you go to the summon menu, the cursor will already be on Dumbo. You can get this blue trinity for a cottage, 2 cottages and a mega elixir, but I've started skipping it recently to save about 5 to 10 seconds. And here's going to be our first use of Dumbo. We're actually using Dumbo not to kill enemies, but to skip a big portion of platforming. By hovering to the top here and dismissing Dumbo, we can grab the ledge and go straight to the Maleficent fight here.
That can get a little sketchy.
Yeah.
Because if you wait too long, the wyvern could hit you like as you're dismounting, and then you'll just fall anyway. It's rough.
Okay, so this fight I'm going to do a hit into Ars Arcanum without the finisher, because we don't want to stagger Maleficent because she'll break out of this loop if you stagger her. And then keep attacking her to build up MP and do another Rs. Pretty easy strat. The next fight, though, is not so easy, and we can have Ryguy explain.
Yeah, so this is the dragon form of Maleficent, and it's going to be, again, a lot of air combos here. And we kind of need Goofy's help as well, and maybe Donald's if we can get Maleficent stopped in a certain position. If you get her head stopped like just high enough off the ground, it'll kind of force Donald to use gravities on her, which will do a lot more damage. But essentially here we're trying to just keep her in a stop loop here and do a certain number of hits. It's a full combo plus 2 more, and then you can get the stop off in mid-air after the second hit to keep her stopped. And then there's a certain point in the combo that you're going to have to do 3 air hits instead.
I messed
because
up.
The stop will, you can't keep her stopped for the entire duration or she'll break out on her own. So you sort of need to give her a small little buffer to move so that you can keep her as stopped as close to you as possible without breaking out.
That was still not bad.
Recovery.
That was a good save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very tight. Like one missed hit and it's, you got to figure it out on the fly.
Mm-hmm. All right, and coming up now is everyone's favorite fight when they played this as a kid, the Riku Ansem fight. And this strat is really gonna make you want to question your life and all the time you spent on this fight and watching the cutscene, because we can loop him pretty easily here. But when I say easily, I don't mean the strat is easy. It takes a lot of practice. But once you get it down, it's so simple. I'm gonna do 2 hits here, make him spin and do an Rs. Oh, I wasn't supposed to do that bash. That's okay. 2 more hits here into an Rs, and then you'll start powering up here. And now we loop him until the end. And do another Rs here. And he's dead. Very, very fast fight. Believe it or not, this fight is actually easier on Proud mode. Because on Proud, we don't have any air combo pluses, and our last hit of the loop ends up being Hurricane Blast, which parries him a lot more reliably and a lot more quickly. On beginner, I've had moments where I combo. I end up comboing Riku too quickly, and he breaks out because he doesn't stagger from my second hit. Then he can do a big desperation move that wastes 10 to 15 seconds. All right, let's see if I get bonkless here. My goal here is to pause the cutscene before Donald's staff touches Sora's head. Bonkless.
Oh, let's go.
Nice. That means we have a
Not
valid
even
run.
close. Who is this little gremlin dude?
Yeah, Sora sacrifices himself to free Kairi from his heart, and he becomes a cute little Shadow Heartless. Boneless. Yes. All right, get ready to hear the Merlin's House remix one last time. Oh, can I show off this cutscene glitch?
Do it.
All right, let's see if I can get it first try. If you dodge roll into this scene at a specific angle, nice. You should be able to glitch it out. And now throughout this whole cutscene, I'm not going to be touching the controller at all, and Sora's going to do some funny things. Where is she? That was sliding dash, which we don't have right now. Who's she talking to?
She's looking at the door. She wants to leave so bad. But Sora's acting.
I'm not doing anything.
This always gets me.
And that was Blitz, which we also don't have.
心のつながりが光になって闇の奥まで届いて俺の心を助けてくれたんじゃないかな。どんなに深い闇でもその奥には必ず光がある。あれはおとぎ話なんかじゃないんだ。リクを助けに行こう。
And he's back to normal. That's because Sora has two different character models here. One's more detailed, with more detailed mouth movements. And then this one right here, coming up, is the less detailed model. Where just his mouth moves and his eyes blink.
Nah.
It's floating. Oh, and he's back there.
He's all the way back there.
And he's in front of me.
He's back.
And he's gone. What is happening? Is any of this for real or not? So that's the Oathkeeper cutscene glitch. Very fun stuff.
Thank you. Thank you. Just a little bonus for the chatters.
Yep.
You're welcome.
And that's the last time you'll hear that music. We actually do have the Fire Glow summon gem for Mushu. But sadly, Mushu in this game is not very good. In this category is not very good. In Proud Mode in level 1, we use a glitch called damage storage, which requires EXP0 to be turned on to buff Mushu's damage output. But you don't get EXP0 on beginner or standard, so we don't use Mushu in those categories. And right here, I'm going to put on the Haste 2G, which I picked up during the first Hollow Bastion visits. And that speeds up our boosting a bit more. So now we're going really fast. And there's going to be a little load transition coming up here where I'm going to purposefully not do a boost just to wait for the next section to load in. It'll be coming up in a second. Just a small optimization that saved like 1 to 2 seconds. Otherwise, you just hold square and circle here because you don't take a lot of damage on beginner. So right here, I don't want to be pressing down on square until now, and then I can boost again. And then, halfway through this gummy mission, you can actually quit out. Right about now. If you quit out right here, you'll have access to Hollow Bastion. So you don't actually have to go all the way to the end. You just have to unlock the gummy route. And then warp straight to Hollow Bastion and dock. We're going to swap in Beast in place of Donald. Because Beast is very powerful with his roar and can help on the next couple of fights. And there's going to be a long menu here, which Rye Guy can explain while I'm doing this. Oops.
All right, so he's changing out Stop for Gravity, and he's putting on Leaf Bracer on Sora. He's taking off Tornado for Goofy and adding on the MP Gift. And he's also changing the Keyblade to Oathkeeper as well. There's a lot of other abilities in there too. I think for, what is it, Donald gets like MP Gift, or not Gift, but like Rage or
Yeah.
Haste, one of those two.
And right there I got a Mega Elixir, but I was on a very tight platform cycle, so I had to be really fast there. Oops. I summoned one extra Heartless. Should be fine. You want to just summon the wizard there by quickly going back and forth in and out of the load zone, and then summon Dumbo here. And then that lets you grab this ledge here and go to the switch. You might be wondering why I didn't do the Dumbo skip here on the first visit. That's because of how the story flags work. This switch right here isn't actually active until after you beat the first Riku fight. And even if it was active, the game wouldn't load any of the fights after Riku 1 until you trigger some cutscenes. So here you want to position Beast on this specific triangle and then stand between him and the center. Once the enemies spawn, I'm going to use one gravity on the wizard and call Beast to the center while in the air. And hopefully he takes care of everything. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so he killed all of the Heartless in one roar. And now we wait.
A fan has also requested another close-up of Goof as well.
Oh, you'll probably see that later.
Sometimes the air soldiers on there could try to hit Beast out of doing his roar.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to pay attention to try to parry them so he doesn't get hit.
Yeah.
Hopefully we didn't even have to worry about that there either.
Yeah, Gravity is a spell that you get from Halloween Town in this category. I believe you also get one from Phil Cup and from 100 Acre Wood. Another Dumbo skip here. And that'll be the last time that you see Dumbo.
No.
No. I did a jump there because there's a chance that the Defender Heartless can do like a little lunge at you. You can jump over that. Alright, here I am just going to do a bunch of well-timed Ars Arcanums, and hopefully not Donald, Beast and Goofy do decent damage here too to help out and give me ethers. That's good damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Good save there. I almost fell off. Gonna have to use an ether here because Goofy's being goofy. Sometimes he just doesn't throw you anything, and it's great.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, at the end of the fight when I didn't need it anymore. And funny thing about this next cutscene is that you can't skip it. Because the developers forgot to set a value to true. It's literally that simple. It's about a minute and a half.
It's a very emotional scene.
Yeah. But just to prove it to you guys, can't skip it. There's no option to skip. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask.
Are you turning off alerts?
Yes.
どういう意味だよ
What's your favorite Final Fantasy?
This is going to be a very disappointing answer because I've only finished 2 of them. So I'm going to say Final Fantasy 15. The other Final Fantasy game I finished is Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line. I hear Final Fantasy 9 and 10 are like the best ones, so definitely want to play those soon. And of course, all the other ones. This is the Oathkeeper Keyblade. We have it on because it gives you a lot of extra MP, and we're already our strength stat is so high that we just don't need to swap to any other Keyblade now. I actually don't eat breakfast, so coffee. That's my favorite thing for breakfast. Alright, we also got Omega Arts from Behemoth here. So I'm going to place it over Ray of Light for now. And we're going to put Ray of Light back on after the first section here. My favorite Kingdom Hearts character is Luxord, because he's cool. Who's your favorite character, Raigai and Ecchi?
It's tough.
So, I gotta think about this. Well, I guess I have this whole gummy mission to think about it.
Yeah.
I think I would have to say Xemnas personally.
Ooh. Good answer.
Yeah, KH2 Xemnas is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's oh, I don't want to copy. Okay, if I need to give an original answer, I mean, KH2 Xemnas is definitely my favorite villain.
Just say one of the other 12 Xehanorts.
It doesn't. No. I'll say Donald.
Ew. Oh.
Yeah, Roxas is also.
Okay, why can't that happen during
Nice,
my
wow.
actual runs? This world is very notorious for killing like a majority of my attempts. This world specifically. But that fight was perfect. It's normally not ever that way.
The Invisibles are the next form of like RNG at the end here because they can also just kind of jump around and they have desperation moves at themselves for just being basic heartless enemies.
Gale.
I can say Demix is my least favorite character because I couldn't beat him as a kid in Cage 2.
Oh,
I think the
fair
second
enough.
fight I couldn't beat him. So I looked up every single website online, I just kept Googling it over and over again, just clicking every single link, and I got a computer virus, and my parents got really
Oh
mad
my
at me.
god. Because of Demix.
Yeah, because of Demix.
That's funny. So right there, after the angel stars, I used the cottage and put a Mega Elixir in my inventory. And fun fact about this behemoth, it's actually coded as a regular enemy. Goofy, hello? Magic? What? Goofy's really bad at giving me MP this run. The first behemoth fight in Hollow Bastion, so the way bosses work is pretty much every boss in this game is either resistant to magic or immune. The first behemoth fight in Hollow Bastion is actually coded like a normal boss fight, and is resistant to gravity magic. But the second behemoth fight there, and the one we'll fight later, they're actually coded as regular enemies, so they are not resistant to magic. So we can use a lot of gravities there to bring the HP down quickly. And then we have another use of Simpa here. We're actually going to start this fight off by doing, not doing a full charge, but doing 2 ticks, which will keep the enemies in place for long enough to let me do a full charge after. Otherwise, if you try to do a full charge right away here, the air soldiers will come and smack you. Oh, I should probably let people see what's happening. Okay, so all of the enemies are dying from a full charge. And now I'm putting on Ray of Light over Raven's Claw, so I have 9 MP for this. It makes my fires here even stronger. So instead of having to do 6 fires, I do 5 on each enemy there. Oh, that's weird that only one of those got hit with the gravity, but the other didn't. Oh, and the pink portals here represent the worlds that you sealed the keyhole for. If you're doing an all worlds run, you actually don't have to enter any of these portals, except for the green one here, which has an elixir and a save point. And more invisibles here. Just gonna target the first one with gravities and hope the other ones go into the gravity here. And again, why can't I get this luck during my actual attempts? And Goofy did a really good job there.
Cool combo.
Yeah. You want Goofy there or Donald to stagger the invisible for long enough to get trapped under the gravity. Oh, ew. Oh, I got the KH-1J camera. Sometimes,
no.
sometimes you'll get this weird camera where you're like looking down on Sora, and it's harder to see things. I also got a bad pattern at the start of the fight. You don't want Chernobog to use a fire pillar, because that just wastes time. I got the second fire pillar skip though. It's if you hit a certain HP barrier, it'll skip certain attacks that he can do.
You'll see with most air combos, especially when in the flying scenarios, we'll just be doing open hits with no finishers just because it's faster.
Yeah,
And the finishers don't really do any more extra damage at this level.
Yeah, because of the damage cap on bosses. And finishers have a lot of end lag, so we just want to stop one short. Unless it's for a very specific reason. Oh, whoops. Alright, so this behemoth is very similar to the one before. Just a bunch of gravities and then some auras. I actually commanded Donald there after the last gravity I did, so he can do more gravities. And that speeds up the fight by a bit. And then using a Mega Elixir here. And I'll have Ryguy explain the rest.
So he's going to stand to the side of the room here because it's the best spot to start here when the Dark Balls spawn. It's the next wave. He's just going to use 2 fires to kill each one of them. It's the fastest way to get through the wave here. Another reason why we equipped Ray of Light earlier on, because the MP allows us to kill them much faster. Sometimes the last couple can get away like that. That one's being particularly stubborn. So after the Dark Balls, he's going to go back to the door here and bring Donald and Goofy over with him to try to get in this corner so that all the Invisibles will dive into the corner here so he can spam gravities and hopefully...
That's really bad.
The idea is to try to catch them all with the gravities in there so that they can't get out, but of course with Invisibles comes more RNG, so sometimes they just get out and then you just have to, again here like on the fly, we're just trying to catch them with the gravities as we can, avoid getting DM'd by too many if we can.
What is happening? What? Why is he flying around like that?
And then once we kill all the Invisibles, we can summon Simba and it'll take the rest of the waves out. But the Invisibles make this very annoying.
Yeah, that guy was doing a full lap around the arena.
Yeah. And even sometimes if you don't get into the corner fast enough, or even just sometimes Goofy can end up wandering out there trying to attack them on his own, and then he'll, they'll aggro to him instead of you, and then they're all over the place.
Also, weird thing about this game is after this final roar here, if you attack this heart emblem, it actually makes this load in faster for some reason. All right, now I'm gonna put on. Hold on. I put on a Raven's Claw over Ray of Light. I gave Ray of Light to Goofy, and I put on Air Combo Plus, and I believe it's MP Haste on Sora. And now we have our first Ansem fight. The goal here is to keep him trapped in a specific corner, so I can do air combos and Ars Arcanums. But he can be quite finicky. Oops.
Your party members can also make this a bit tough too, because they're also constantly attacking him. Especially Donald, you'll see him shoot the blizzards, which can move him around just enough to make him annoying. Because Ansem will sort of dash backwards after you do an attack, and after the Heartless goes back behind him. So that's why you want to keep him in this little corner so that he'll continuously dash backwards into that. But if he gets pushed too far out, then he could end up starting to back up like all over the place, and he gets kind of wild after that.
Oh,
Thankfully, we're doing a pretty good job here.
that's bad.
If he does end up submitting somebody, you can just kind of R's through it once the attack comes up, because the iframes will be good enough to get you through it.
Yeah, and some trolled a lot there.
Yeah,
It
for
can
sure.
happen. We're gonna put Tornado back onto Goofy. And stack Sora with 3 Mega Elixirs and 2 Elixirs for final fights here. Whoops.
Last time we'll see Dark Side. Again, pretty simple, just air combos. No finishers to avoid any hit lag and hit lag.
And you can explain Ansem too as well.
All right, so the big thing with Ansem 2 is, well, again, you're going to hit him a few times, and then once the Guardian gets in front of him, you're going to go behind him. And there's a few HP gates that we're looking for here specifically to try to avoid his desperation moves. So we'll do a few combos to get him to come around, and then do the R's in between to get the most damage as fast as possible. And then right at the end of this HP barrier, he's going to do a hit here. You want to stagger him a couple times and then get an R's to go through him to stagger him again. So we've skipped one desperation move, so now he's going to continue to do attacks back and forth. And then this time he's going to try to catch him again after this move here. He's going to do 2 hits, basically 3 hits. He staggers 3 times, and then you do an R's at just the right time. And one of the hits throughout the combo will stagger him again.
Yeah, that was a good
avoiding
fight.
the desperation moves. Yeah, it was very good.
That was a good explanation too. Thank you.
It's rough on beginner because they're so fast.
Yeah. Nice right here. I parry Ansem with the finisher and cast an arrow. You can do one of 2 attacks here at the beginning at random. There's a certain HP gate you want to aim here for.
That was close.
It's half of the yellow bar is what you want to see, so to skip one of his long laser attacks.
This is one of the main fights that not putting on the defense boost in the beginning will be noticeable.
Yeah.
Because you could die much faster here than if you were to use all of them. You wouldn't even really have to worry about it too much.
Alright, now here's a cool cutscene skip that I can get. If I roll into the portal there during the cutscene, it automatically skips the cutscene for me.
And if you go down too fast in such a weird spot, you can actually get a white screen throughout the entire fight.
Yeah, and you have to kill all the enemies without being able to see what's going on. But once you finish the fight, it turns back to normal. Alright, this is artillery. I'm going to do an R's here. Another R's on this group right here. Full combo and another R's here. And use an elixir. For dark balls, I'm going to use a gravity here and then use R's. And then get rid of the rest with fires. And if they come close to me, I'll use R's to finish the rest off. Getting a bit unlucky with this spread here. Oh, I ran out of MP. Okay. And wow, no Mega Ether drops. That's bad.
Oh man.
Oh wait, I picked up 1, apparently. So we're good. You need at least 1 Mega Ether after this next fight here. So here I'm going to command Goofy to go towards the face and use an arrow on Goofy. And on myself. Using Leaf Bracer there to not get hit by the lasers. Oh, Goofy died much quicker than he usually does. Okay. I need to be really careful not to die here. All right, and then for
These fights are what we love, Leaf Bracer.
yeah, for sure. For this fight here, we have to deal with more invisibles, and we want to use more gravities and Ars Arcanum. But Goofy is a bad dog, and he messed the fight up. So that's cool.
Yeah, this is what he could also do in Final Rest. It's very similar.
Yeah.
He'll just go out and aggro them all himself. Goofy's been pretty up and down this run, I would say.
Yeah.
He'll get his comeuppance in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
Nice. I got a cool parry there into the boss. Well, do you really consider this a boss? I don't know. All right, now we have Ansem. We want to command Donald and Goofy, use an arrow, and then hopefully Goofy does a lot of tornadoes.
He tries to position himself here if he can to try to avoid Goofy from getting hit from the lasers as they come through Ansem. That way he'll do uninterrupted tornadoes.
This is pretty bad damage. And time is coming up soon after we beat this boss. Or right when we beat the boss. And time.
GG.
GG. Wow, what a run. This is a pretty good time considering you also spent 2 to 3 minutes on the Oathkeeper cutscene.
Yeah, yeah. Well, 208.39 looks like. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. Cool.
Cool.
And again, what was your RT for world records, like 204?
204.15 is the
Yeah,
world record.
that's pretty dang good. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Cool.
Well, GG's on the run, Violin. Again,
you.
we're not done here yet, chat. We're going to be doing a Sephiroth level 1 MP challenge, literally opposite of MP of what Violin had in this run. So that'll be pretty fun. We're going to go to a quick break before we go into that, though. Really quickly, I just want to remind everyone, if you're not already following Violin and RideGuy45 on Twitch, follow them both. You can follow Violin very easily just by hovering over his name on the title underneath the Twitch stream. And then other than that, your subs, your Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games on Quick Hotfix. If you enjoy watching speedruns daily, consider subscribing to the channel. We'll be back in just a few minutes with that Sephiroth challenge. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to this next part of our Kingdom Hearts 1 showcase. We have Violin here, who's about to do a pretty interesting challenge. It is a Sephiroth level 1. That means Sora is level 1, not Sephiroth being level 1. I don't think there is a level to Sephiroth. But Sora's also going to only have 1 MP, much less than Violin was using in the run beforehand. Very excited for this. I wanted to show off as much of the game as I could in this amount of time, and couldn't really do like I believe Jiminy's Journal is like the closest thing to 100%. Is there also 100% in this? I guess like plat trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't have all the time in the world, so I figured an 80% run and a nice little super boss showcase here would be pretty sweet. So we're gonna go and get into it right now. Violin, go ahead and take us away.
Yeah, so as you can see on the bottom right there, everyone's at level 1 except Goofy, but that doesn't matter. Goofy's not with us. I have 3 Mega Elixirs on. I have the One-Winged Angel Keyblade, which to unlock this Keyblade, you need to beat Sephiroth. And what this Keyblade does is it actually reduces an MP. And because we have no accessories and this Keyblade, we are left with 1 MP on the bottom right there. So, safe to say, this fight is going to be very difficult. We don't have any abilities that can help us. No Leaf Bracer, no limits, no Ars Arcanum. Just 1 cure spell, maybe 2 if we build up enough MP. But yeah, let's get started in 3, 2, 1, go. And we'll have Rye Guy take it away.
Good luck.
Thank
This
you.
is going to be pretty chaotic, but
Yeah.
it's very enjoyable. One benefit we do get with EXP 0 is it kind of gives us sort of like a version of
Wow.
second chance where we can get, we'll survive about 3 hits here. So again, with Sephiroth here, he also has like a revenge value or retaliation. So you can only do about 3 hits and then, or a full combo, because we only have no air combo pluses on here. And then he will retaliate. Typically what we want to try to do is get the full combo there, and then he'll do the fire pillars. But every now and then you're going to have to, you can't just do 3 combos every time because it will ruin the pattern. So every now and then you'll have to do a full combo and then like 1 hit and then a full combo for him to constantly do the fire pillar attack as much as possible. Obviously, it's the easiest one we can get away and kind of recuperate, and if we have any MP and need to cure, we will do so. The idea is also to try to keep ourselves at full HP as much as we can so that we don't get comboed, because it's very easy to. He has a few different attacks that he can do, especially in this first phase here. If you end up getting caught into the flame pillar early on, you'll see Violin not move, kind of like right now, because you'll actually get more iframes by just standing still than if you were to try to like get out of the fire pillars. You can get in on the side of the fire pillars there to try to get to him faster, and you can try to stagger him before he moves away if you get the opportunity to do so. Trying to dodge the hits when he comes up behind you there. And we're basically going to keep doing that until now we're here in the second phase, where he's going to start using the Heartless Angel attack. So if we obviously need to stagger him before he does it, because that will get rid of your, it'll bring you to 1 HP and you'll have no MP. So we don't need that. So every now and then, like if that were to happen, we'll have to buffer one of the elixirs that he has in an inventory to make sure that we'll survive the hit. So here we're still trying to do the same thing, although he's going to start moving a lot faster as he runs around the arena here. So you can catch him there. He'll always do 1 swing directly at you, so you can jump over it and hit him real quick to stagger him. And now here comes the Octa Slash move, which is probably the hardest move to try to dodge here. So Violin is very, like at the very perfect times, he's dodge rolling through the attacks to avoid them. And then on the very last hit, you have to parry the hit just at the right time so you don't take any damage. It's like, it's really insane. He makes it look easy, but it's so difficult. It's probably the hardest part to learn about this fight.
Oh, nice
Again,
whiff.
still staying with the, yeah, that was a shame there. We're staying with the same sort of combos here, trying to do, 4 hits and then 3 hits to try to get him staggered into the fire pillar move so that we have time to heal and kind of get ourselves together here. We were in a bit of a sticky situation there, so he popped a Mega Elixir so that we could get the HP and the MP back. This is what having 1 MP makes this so much harder than having more than 1 MP. You only get so many cures before now, you have to attack him enough times to get your orange MP back. So again, here we're in a really rough situation here. He could die literally at any moment here. Oh my goodness. Wow, I was honestly terrified to even speak through that. Going into that with like no MP and like blinking red. Oh no!
So close to third phase.
Oh, yeah, that was nuts.
Let's put on another Mega Elixir.
This fight is intense, and I mean, we obviously have to show how easy you can die. We can't just do everything first try here.
Wow.
Yeah, that was nuts. I can't believe you got through that second Octa Slash without getting hit. Ooh. All right, so starting over again, same deal. Trying to get the stagger here on the 3 hits or 4 hits. Trying to alternate between the 2 so that he doesn't get into a weird pattern. Well, again, doing our best not to get hit. It's kind of, you really can't avoid it because some of the attacks that he'll do at the certain times, like you're just gonna get hit. It's impossible, like that.
Wow.
these fire pillars are rough.
Yeah, I'm getting really
I
unlucky.
was just gonna say, especially if he does it right there. This is why you want to try to stay at full HP at all times, because at any point in time you could just do these random fire pillars like right on top of you, and you can't get out of it.
Oof.
Ooh.
I was hoping he
Uh-oh.
wouldn't do that. Yeah. Whoops. No, I don't feel like doing field cup right now. Yeah, this is why the estimate is 30 minutes, by the way. Because a
This
lot
is
can go
really
wrong.
tough.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever interested in like seeing this in a run, the category, they have a JJ 100% category that Etchy was talking on earlier, and this is actually a requirement in the speed run.
Yeah.
And there is a level 1 JJ category, which is just nuts. You have to do all the super bosses on level 1. And even seeing this on beginner, when you have Leaf Bracer and Ars Arcanum and all these things that you can, it's so much faster. It's crazy the difference it makes.
Oh my goodness.
It was close.
Really? I'm just gonna wait. Okay, second phase.
Right, there we go, second phase again. You get a good little spot there when he starts the phase where he does a little taunt so you can get some damage in and build up your MP bar when he teleports over there. That's always the first move he'll do out of the taunt.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Also, another downside to this Keyblade too is it's a lot shorter than most that you can use. So there are chances where you can whiff that finisher trying to hit him. Whereas if you could use like a longer Keyblade, you'll hit it more often than not. Surviving another Octaslash too. Getting another Octaslash here. He should be getting pretty close to his third phase. Normally, if you can get enough damage off, usually about after 2 of those, you'll probably be pretty close to the third phase. Yep. So there's the third phase. Now, he's going to try to stagger him right here in the middle of the animation. Oh, it's close. It's so tight.
It's really
such a tight
hard.
window.
Yeah.
You can stagger him right there as he's, switching to his third phase, and you'll skip the desperation move, which is this, but it is so tight. Here we can dodge roll through those, and also dodge roll through the hit through the ground. And so now we have all these orbs to deal with, as well as these jump slash swirling attacks to add to the chaos. So he's going to try to parry him because he knows you get a good feel for the timing of when he's going to do it. Ooh,
Wow.
that was close. Oh,
I'm dead. Oh, man. That's unlucky.
yeah.
Brutal.
I think his revenge counter was at 3, or it was at 6. And when you hit 7, he retaliates right away.
Yeah.
So his
We were
revenge
expecting
counter...
him to do the swirling attack there.
Yeah, his revenge counter was up from the previous phase, and I didn't account for that. There's like so much to keep track of.
Yeah, especially by the third phase, it's so chaotic.
Oops.
You're essentially layering on mechanics as the fight goes on. Like all the same like tactics that we're doing from the first couple phases are just added on to the next phase. Yeah, you have very little time to react to what he does in this fight. Alright, pretty quick phase 1 there. Thankfully, we were on the edge of the pillars there.
I've never hit him with a ground hit like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna get away.
Oh, nice stagger.
Okay.
All right.
I just hit his revenge counter, so that shouldn't be a problem now.
Yeah, we don't have a scan because we're on level 1, so we are unable to see his health bar. Gonna buffer the Mega Elixir there to make sure we get full step out of that. Again, parrying the tornado looking attack. Nice. Oh, just barely getting caught by these orbs here. Again, just adding layers to the fight through each phase. Oh, caught him that time.
Why is he breaking out so early?
Yeah, he's doing some weird stuff here. Okay, good. There we caught him with a stagger. Hopefully he doesn't fire pillar here. Oh, God. There seemed like there was a little delay on that, which was good. More Octa Slashes. Why not?
You can do a second one here.
There is a small chance, too, that you could end up looping him in these Heartless attacks. Unfortunately, we don't get too many, but getting more than one is good. And he's get another DM.
Yeah.
He should be pretty close here, though. We got faith, right, chat? This is the one.
I believe.
Oh my. Oh, nice.
Nice, perfect. That was so
That's
close.
time.
There we go. Good
Let's
stuff.
go.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's so
That
stressful.
was so close.
It's
yeah,
so
it
stressful.
really is.
I was stressed out just watching. I can't imagine
Yeah.
actually doing it.
GG's though. Well
But
done.
yeah,
GG.
I hope everyone enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun. Thank you so much to GDQ for having us on. Thank you, Rye Guy, for the commentary, and Etchy as well, and everyone else involved, of course. Again, if you want to check me out on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/violin. I'm gonna be grinding for the beginner any % world record. I've been grinding for the past month, and I've been getting really close. So yeah, and also go follow Rye Guy at twitch.tv/RyeGuy45 for some other awesome speedrun content. Anything else we want to say?
Thanks for having me. Just thanks for having me. Appreciate you having me on. It was a good run, good showcase. So thanks a lot.
Thank you both for being here. I was really excited to have this on too, because
And thanks for having us.
yeah, typically the Kingdom Hearts runs, especially showing at like the mainline GDQs, are pretty much always upgraded to like critical level 1 or level 1 or whatever. So we don't always get a chance to show beginner for like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, even though they are like the most popular categories. And despite the name beginner, they are incredibly optimized, really hard to go fast at. So it is cool that I was able to take this opportunity to showcase this. And thank you again, Violin, for doing that for us.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Yeah, I had a great time. So again, a reminder, we were just filling for Passion Project. They will return in 2 weeks at the normal time, Wednesday, November 15th at 10 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, we have The First Step, followed by Think Fast, all starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you all so much again for watching. Everyone say goodbye to Goofy in the chat, and we'll see you all next time. Take care.
Yeah.